Hi, it's Darren Spindler, founder of Fitness Renegades with Coach Leah, and today we're going to talk about batching foods and getting prepped. It's one of the things that Renegades, I think when they first get started, really struggle with. Mm-hmm. And I think it's probably the number one key to them having success.
Absolutely.
And I know after about 6 months to a year of eating this way, I don't think people would do it any other way. Mm-hmm. So let's talk, Leah, about what is batching first, and then this is actually my refrigerator at my house, and we're going to show you what's actually in the refrigerator. And this is totally on stage. This is how it looks every single day. In fact, until this morning, we didn't know we were going to shoot this video.
Yep,
so
exactly.
Leah, let's talk. What are a couple tips to help them get started with batching first, and why do you want to do it?
Well, batching is cooking meals in large quantities so that you have several meals for you for that week. Batching is really helpful because you can put them in containers and then take them to work, spur of the moment, and have that meal for you at work instead of going and having an unhealthy lunch somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is just prepping and making sure, like, for instance, you have fruit cleaned and things like that. Now, in our house, we don't necessarily segment it out into meals per se, because we work from home and we don't necessarily have it cut out to specific meals. Some people, especially if you're really looking to watch your calories from a weight loss perspective, you're going to want to work with your coach and find out how many calories you should be eating, and then take that and cut it up into specific pieces, and then put that into smaller containers so that, here's my lunch. I know that this is going to have about the right amount of chicken, the right amount of carbs in it. For me personally, I just come down here and I grab what I'd like to eat, and I'm just going to we'll walk through our refrigerator. Just like we tell you 80-20 at the gym, this refrigerator is better than 80-20, and I'll show you a couple things in here, because we do have some stuff in here that's not what we would say Renegade approved, but you can't be 100% all the time. So one of the earlier tips, we talked about maple syrup. So here's our maple syrup. We didn't talk about this yet, but one of the future videos probably talk about like peanut butter versus almond butter. So here's almond butter. We actually have some crappy barbecue sauce, but we actually do. We don't use this very often except for when we have guests. We actually make our own barbecue sauce here. And actually last week, Coach Leah, why don't you talk about the one that you made for the event?
Yes, we had a food event last week, and we grilled out some hamburgers, and I made some homemade barbecue sauce. It was super easy. I got off of one of the Paleo Plan websites. It was, fresh tomatoes and balsamic vinegar, a little bit of maple syrup for sweetness. It was very clean, very simple sugars in there that are not processed, where if you looked at the bottle on there, it's like high fructose corn syrup, very high.
First ingredient on here is high fructose corn syrup, and then it's vinegar.
Yeah.
So that's why we make our own. We actually downstairs in our freezer downstairs, we actually have frozen barbecue sauce that we make here at home. That we just put it downstairs when we go through one of them, and then we use them as we go
it makes
through.
a lot, so I will freeze mine too.
Yeah, so then we've got fruit, right? So a lot of times, people will say, geez, it's so expensive to eat healthy. So last week we go down to the farmer's market and we buy blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. But what you'll see in our refrigerator is, we got strawberries in here. Here's a half a banana that's left over. There's grapes in here. There are cherries in here. There's watermelon in here. So I tell people all the time, you got to have 5, 6, 7 different things that you enjoy, because you don't want to eat the same thing every day.
Right.
So we've got a wide variety. That way, if I come down for lunch or something, or if I want a snack, all I got to do is just figure out which one I want. So we buy these and clean them. And then next we got sweet potatoes. So 2 nights ago, I think we cut up 4 or 5 sweet potatoes, put these on the grill, and then they look like this. So all we have to do is warm those up. So like if I want to have them for breakfast with eggs, and a lot of people like sweet potatoes for breakfast.
I love those with eggs, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They taste great with eggs. So I'll just warm these up from the grill. This is actually a pork chop left over. So typically we're doing 4, 5, 6 pork chops at a time. Chicken breasts. So these are just some chicken breasts. These actually I think were festival seasoned chicken breasts from the deli. So we cook those up. And then here's some meat. So this is fresh, and you'll see what we'll do is this is probably 2 pounds. Actually, this is 3.5 pounds. I'll cook this all at one time, or sometimes we split it in half, cook half, freeze half. And then we've got that available for, different meals, including, lunches. And again, I'll eat this with eggs, so steak and eggs for breakfast.
Yum.
A couple years ago, when we first started, we had a thing. You know you're a renegade when, right? You know you're a renegade when you buy 4 containers of 18 eggs at a time, right?
Yep.
So those are up here. Hard-boiled eggs. So a lot of people, breakfast, right? They struggle. They're like, I'm so busy in the morning I can't eat. Well, a couple hard-boiled eggs, some fruit, and some nuts, and you've got yourself a nice breakfast and it doesn't take you any time. So usually we have, 6, 8, 10 hard-boiled eggs up here. We got some more chicken, different flavor. So here's some chicken, and actually there's some, I think that's steak left over in there too. So we've got quite a container. This is one that was made last night, or 2 nights ago, but this is lasagna. Do you want to talk about this? Swapped out with zucchini.
Zucchini lasagna. So if you have one of those thin slicers, you slice a zucchini lengthwise so they're long, like zucchini noodles, and then you make your fresh, meat sauce with that, with the tomatoes, and then your 20% will be like the cheese on top. You can get your mozzarella, put it on top. It'll make a really easy lasagna. Yeah,
it's awesome, and it's super easy to warm up. You can make it, and you'll have meals for 3, 4, 5 days. I eat it a lot of times for lunch, and it's really great. We also have in here a bunch of other chicken. This is chicken that we use typically to put on like a salad, and then we take the salad and we use salsa. This is a better salsa. There's some you want to really watch them. Some of them have like real high levels of sugar. This one's only got 1 gram of sugar in it, but some of them, if you pick them up, they might have 8, 9, 10, 12 or more grams of sugar. So you just really want to be careful which salsa you get.
Yeah.
So that's some of our refrigerator. I'll leave some of the other stuff in here, but here is chicken breast. So we've got a whole bunch of chicken breasts that we'll cook up, and again, then we freeze some, but we want to stack that up so that we've got food. So if your refrigerator doesn't look something like this, this is the goal. Leah, you want to add any kind of final words on this?
Well, I don't keep much in my fridge. I like to keep all fresh things in there, so I eat them, and then I go to the store and stock up, or the farmer's market and stock up on vegetables and fruit. Like the other day, I made a huge batch of chicken and sweet potatoes on the grill, and I sauteed some fresh green beans, so now I have 4 meals for the week because I batched those things.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at, Coach Joe, he does the same thing.
Yeah.
And really, if you talk to any of the coaches, we practice what we preach. And why? Because A, it's the way you're going to keep and maintain a healthy lifestyle. It's so much easier. Once you get in the habit of it, it's way easier to live this way. That way you're not forgetting meals at lunch and you end up making a poor decision.
Yes.
So, again, if you're not a renegade and you'd like to come and check us out, go to fitnessrenegades.com and you go to free week. Plus, you'll get your Renegade Success Consultation where we'll sit down with you and chat with your goals. See if you're looking to lose weight, or maybe you just want to improve your strength, your flexibility, your balance, or your sports performance. Maybe you're trying to do an obstacle race or a Tough Mudder or something like that. We just had a whole bunch of renegades do that.
Yeah.
And back in May, we did Spartan Race, and we had a lot of fun with that. So go to fitnessrenegades.com. You can claim your free week, and if you don't want to do that, you can follow us and get lots of video tips and also free recipes.